Have you ever felt like anxiety just takes over? I'm talking about like your heart's racing, your chest is tight, your mind is spinning, and no amount of just calm down helps. Well, maybe you feel like you're spinning out, snapping at your kids, or just totally numb and checked out. But here's the thing, what if I told you it's not all in your head? What if I told you it's your nervous system and it's actually asking for help? Hey, fam. So, Dr. Neeta here, and let me be the first to say there is no shame if you've been feeling off. There's no shame if you've been feeling just in a funk. I've been there. There was a season where I was actually doing all of the things, running multiple businesses, mothering my babies, especially when I had the newborn and a toddler at the same time, keeping up with all of the appearances, keeping up with all of the things that I was building and creating. But inside, I was honestly exhausted. It was right around my book launch. I was agitated. I was constantly snapping or crashing. It wasn't until I literally learned how to listen to my nervous system that things started to shift. I mean, I wrote a book called That Sucked Now What? How to Embrace the Joy in Chaos and Find Magic in the Mess. And I needed to take a little bit of my own medicine. So today, I want to break down how anxiety, shutdown, and overwhelm are not just personality flaws. They are nervous system dysregulation states. And when we learn to decode them, that's when the real healing begins. So here's the thing. I feel like anxiety is often that misunderstood bestie, right? Like they're often judged. They don't know if they're like introverted or extroverted. But here's the truth about your anxious bestie is that anxiety is not your enemy. She isn't. She's your body trying to protect you. And your nervous system has these red flags. They basically have three main states based on the polyvagal theory. So our ventral vagal, which is feeling safe, connected, and present. This is actually when we're feeling regulated. Our sympathetic is our trauma response, our fight, flight, anxious, irritable, controlling, right? We are fearing of the uncertainty. Our dorsal vagal is freeze or shut down, numb, exhausted, dissociated, withdrawn. So when you are stuck in that trauma response, fight or flight too often, and you're not breathing deeply, hello, anxiety. This is your sympathetic system in overdrive. It actually means your body is scanning for danger. It's scanning for that bear, that lion that's coming to get you, even when there isn't anything coming to get you. So guess what? You might have racing thoughts. You might be up in the middle of the night. You have a tight chest. You have this irritability. You might feel clampy, like exhaustion, as well as tightness in all your muscles. And when we've experienced trauma, especially unprocessed trauma, emotional pain, birth trauma, burnout, we get stuck in that loop. We get stuck in that state. Now, it does not mean you're broken. It doesn't mean your nervous system is off. It just means your nervous system is trying to find safety. It's doing what it's designed to do, which is keep you safe. And it has not learned how to come back to homeostasis. Now, this is what we're going to learn today, and I hope to invite you to think about differently as you're coming home to yourself. So how do we actually identify anxiety, and what can we actually do differently? So we want to start by tuning into the language of your nervous system. What are some of the patterns that you had to learn to keep yourself safe over the years, whether it was in relationships or your upbringing? It doesn't actually speak in words, it speaks in sensations. And here are some signs that you might just be dysregulated in your body over and over again. Well, first thing is, do you shallow breathe more than you deeply breathe? Do you have a tense jaw or tense shoulders? Are your shoulders all the way up to your ears? You have a difficulty focusing. You're constantly feeling overwhelmed by the small things. You're reacting instead of responding. Now, these aren't character flaws, and no, it's not ADHD, although some of these can overlap actually, but these are nervous system cues. And when we can identify them with compassion, we're actually opening the door to change. And we're opening the door to actually healing. We're opening the door to doing something different and retraining our brain to do the same. So what are some strategies when the world feels like it's falling apart, falling on you in your day? I want to walk you through 3 techniques that I use daily, especially when I feel anxiety is creeping in. So the first thing is anchoring with your breath. Now, your breath is your remote control for your nervous system. I want you to inhale for 4 counts. Go ahead. 2, 3, 4, and exhale to activate your parasympathetic for 8 counts. That long exhale activates your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest mode. I want you to do this again. Inhale again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Repeat this at least a couple more times. Now, number 2, let's do this grounding practice. When you feel anxiety peaking, I want you to name 5 things that you can see, 4 things that you can touch, 3 things that you can hear, 2 things that you can smell, and 1 thing that you can taste. This brings you back to the present, and it brings you back into your body, noticing what's around you, noticing how your feet are touching the floor, noticing and coming back into a present moment. And guess what? It only takes less than 3 minutes to do this. Now, the third tip is I would love for you to create a ritual in order to feel safe. For me, it's making my chai in the morning, in the afternoon, not rushed, not distracted, but being mindful. And here's the thing. This has literally become my go-to mantra, my mindfulness exercise, my meditation, if you will. I let the water boil. I crush the whole herbs by itself. I smell the herbs. I inhale it. And it signals to my body, you're safe, you're home. And this I can do no matter where I'm traveling around the world. And that aroma brings me back to safety. What's your ritual? It could be stretching. It could be doing a few yoga poses. It could be going on a short walk to get the morning sun. It could be going barefoot in the grass, drinking that lemon water. This is your medicine. Number 4, move your body. I know you've heard me talk about this before. I'm talking about shaking, dancing, stretching, jumping, going for a walk, doing squats, planking, hanging. This is your body's wisdom. It's meant to move, and it moves the stale energy with you. So today, I would love for you to pick one of these grounding techniques to ground into your anxiety, because your anxiety doesn't have to consume you. And all you need to do is just do it for 3 minutes. We can all set a timer for 3 minutes, right? I've done this in my groups. I've done this in my live meetups as well as here. You guys have listened. It's all in my books, but I want you to practice this today. This is your challenge. This is your homework. This is literally for you to take ownership of your life, to stay calm, to stay rooted, and to own that anxiety. Now listen, if you're a mama, I want you to hear this clearly. Your nervous system sets the tone for your home. This is huge. When you learn to regulate yourself, you actually heal your inner child, and you also teach your family members emotional safety. And so, no, you're not just healing yourself. I mean, you're healing the generations past, but you're also creating a full generational change for your future generations, for your kids. You're modeling what self-regulation looks like. And I know it's not easy. It's easier said than done because we're human and we're going to lose ourselves sometimes. But anxiety is not something to fight. It's something to just literally be a bestie with, because she is just mirroring to you what you need to know for yourself. That reminder that you need to learn to listen to your nervous system. You cannot respond when you're dysregulated, but you can soothe instead of spiral. You can return to yourself and you can reclaim yourself. And this is not about ever feeling anxious again, because of course we know anxiety is just an emotion, it's a feeling. But what if you know exactly how to soothe her when she comes? That's your emotional freedom. Instead of fully reacting to it, you actually know, okay, here's how I can take care of her, just like a tender, loving sister, friend. And if this spoke to you, I would love for you to share this with somebody who has been struggling silently, who struggles with anxiety. And in the comments, tell me, what is one way you're committing to support your nervous system today? I would love for you to subscribe on YouTube for more tools, rituals, and reminders to come back home to you. I've linked below quite a few things that you can have access to for free, joining our nervous system reset community on Instagram. You're doing amazing. You can actually become a founding member of Chai Tonics, our ritual Ayurveda superfood chai blends that are just for you. So you can actually create your ritual at home. You can go ahead and follow neetabhushan.com/ritual to get all of the things. And I will see you soon. Thank you so much for tuning in. You know I've got so much more in store for you. So if you are really ready to dive in and keep owning your emotions like the boss that you are, click right here. Go ahead, don't be shy. I'll see you in the next one. Keep shining.